billions and billions of dollars into our country. The companies made it impossible to bring it back. The tax rate was too high, and the legal complications were far too great. I changed both of them, and hundreds of billions of dollars by Apple and so many other companies were brought back into our nation, and we had an economy the likes of which
What is that undercover cop doing over there?
were beating them at levels that were incredible.
Keep going and mind your
And they
business,
know it.
buddy.
They know. We'll do it again, but we'll do it even better. I will end the legal immigration crisis by turning our border and finishing the wall, most of which I've already built.
You better go catch real criminals.
On the wall, we were dealing with a very difficult Congress, and I said, oh, that's okay. We won't go to Congress. I call it an invasion. We gave our military almost $800 billion. I said, I'm going to take a little of that money because this is an invasion. We built most of the wall is already built, and we built it through using the funds because what's better than that? We have to stop the invasion into our country that's killing hundreds of thousands of people a year. We're not going to let that happen. And every single international crisis that the current administration has created, including the horrible war with Russia and Ukraine, which would have never happened if I was president, and the war caused by the attack on Israel, which would have never happened if I was president. Iran was broke. Iran had no money. Now Iran has $250 billion. They made it all over the last 2.5 years. They were broke. I watched the other day on a show called Deface the Nation. Has anyone seen it? And they had a congressman who was a Democrat say, well, whether you like him or not, Iran was broke dealing with Trump. I told China and other countries, if you buy from Iran, let you do any business in this country. Tariffs. Every product you do send of 100% or more. They said to me, well, I think that's about it. They weren't going to buy any oil. Ready to make a deal. Iran was going to make a deal with us. We had that horrible, horrible result. We'll never let that happen again. We're never going to let that happen again. To cheat.
Head to your pickup today.
They took off all the sanctions and they did everything possible for Iran. And now Iran is very close to having a nuclear weapon, which would have never happened. This is a shame what this administration, the damage that this administration has done. And I say it often. If you took the 10 worst presidents in the history of the United States, think of it, the 10 worst, added them up, they will not have
I
done
got
that.
delivery.
I'm not going to use
14 bucks for about 4 miles.
the damage he's done to this country is unthinkable. It's unthinkable.
Hopefully, I'm not being tip baited.
Restore vision, strength, confidence, and we're going to have a thing called common sense.
Let's see. I went here once, and I didn't like it.
Just a few short years.
I didn't like it, but
We had the most secure border and best economy.
I'm gonna give it a shot again today.
In the history of the world, we had the greatest economy in the history of the world. We had never done anything like it. We were beating every country, including China, by leaps and bounds. Nobody had seen anything like it. We had no inflation, soaring incomes were going.
I think the restaurant and this place is in the back.
You can't believe what happened 4 years ago.
Pick up on the
Well,
way.
hello, Debbie. How are you?
Now in reverse. And the world was at peace. Inflation has been a killer for our country. No matter what you make it doesn't matter because inflation is eating you alive. People that were putting away money, they were making great wages, the highest they've ever made. They were putting away a lot of money. Now they are just
Hold
being
on.
destroyed. They're not putting away anything. They're barely living. They're going into savings accounts. They're taking out their money to live because of inflation. Inflation, remember,
Hold
was called the
on.
country buster.
Hold on.
100 years ago, you could go back.
Where's this place?
Inflation. We've suffered the worst inflation.
Wait a second.
But go back and see what's happened to those countries. We've had the worst inflation we've ever had under this person. But in less than 4 years, our opponents
Um,
have turned incredible success into unparalleled tragedy and failure, but in tremendous failure. Today, our cities are flooded with illegal aliens. Americans are being squeezed out of the labor force and their jobs are taken. By the way, you know who's taking the jobs that are created? 107% of those jobs are taken by illegal aliens.
oh
Who's
seven?
being hurt the most by millions of people pouring into our
No, it's
country?
09.
The black population and the Hispanic population, because they're taking the jobs from our black population, our
Bro,
Hispanic population, and they're also taking them
which
from
one is
unions.
09?
The unions are suffering because of it.
That's 15.
Thank you. Thank you. I like you too. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Inflation has wiped out the life savings
really?
of our
Okay.
citizens.
I didn't know that place.
Pass into a state
It has a different name at the top,
that's what it is. It's
but it has a. I just noticed there's a different name at the bottom.
that will not let this continue.
Interesting.
Less than 4 years ago,
Okay.
we were a great nation, and we
So
will
it's
soon be
here.
a great nation again.
Are they
We're going to
open?
be a great nation.
Yeah, it says open. Open for pickup. Bro, you telling me I have to call
With proper leadership, every
a
disaster
number
will
to
now
pick
be
up this thing? Hold on.
so
Hold
tonight,
on.
whether you
I hope I don't lose the stream here, but I might. Hold on. Hola. Hola. Sí, para Soleli. Sí. Muchas gracias. Oh, okay. Okay, muchas gracias. Okay. Igual. Gracias. Man, let me tell you, there's something wrong with me, man. Let me explain why. I'm not up here on the GPS. Please call. Oh, shoot. We'll see. I have been in this plaza before and I have received orders from this restaurant, right? And I was under the impression in my head for some reason that this place, first of all, I didn't know it was this place. I thought it was in the back of this plaza because there's a plaza that looks just like this one that I've been to before. And it was a pain in the butt. That restaurant was a pain in the butt. I don't ever want to go to it. But for some reason in my mind, I thought this was that plaza of that one restaurant that I had that terrible experience time. And I thought that was the restaurant. And I realized because I've been here before and I've received deliveries from this place. And immediately my mind like rejects it. Like, no, I don't want to go to that restaurant, right? thinking that it was the other one. And now I'm like, let me give it one more shot at this restaurant that I thought was the other one that I had the bad experience. And I show up and I look at the back of like the side of the building and I'm like, wait, there's no restaurant back there. And for a second it clicked. I'm like, oh, I'm at a different plaza than the restaurant where I had the bad experience. Okay. So then I start looking for the name of that restaurant. This one that says on here. But then at the top it says something else. And then at the bottom on the door it says the name that is here. So then I'm like, interesting. So I opened the door, I went in, and they had the food ready. So I've declined in the past several orders from this restaurant. Some good ones too. Thinking that it was the other restaurant. Yeah. Thinking that it was the other restaurant that I said I would never go back to. Because the plazas, they look the same. Oh, well, now I know. Now I know. And she had it ready too. She had the order ready. Now, this customer left in the messages. This home is a new construction home. Address might not appear right on the GPS. Please call. Uh, yeah, that's gonna be a problem because what do you mean it's not? It doesn't appear. Well, then where am I supposed to drop this off at? Because the way this works is not you giving me directions over the phone. I follow GPS. That's the way this works. So GPS better give me the address to the drop off location if you want to get your food. Otherwise, I'm sorry, but this is not taxi. Or you're gonna be telling me over the phone, take the palmetto and take this and that. Nope, I don't work that way. And I accepted this much for this distance. So maybe if it's like a house down or whatever, or down the block, I don't mind. But if it's like a complete different address, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. I mean, I'm even putting it in a separate GPS. All right, just to have 2 points of reference. Okay, 3.6 months. Okay, it's taking me to the same location. So yeah, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Do you feel awareness in the air? Awareness in the air. Mm, no, why? What's up? Pretty good. Doing a delivery now. Let me see what this guy's.
Support me in the past or not, I hope you will support me in the future because I will bring back the American dream. That's what we're going to do. You don't even hear about the American dream. With great humility, I am asking you to be excited about the future of our country. Be excited. Be excited.
Like something is going to happen. No, I don't feel it coming in the air tonight.
And by the way,
What do you feel, Debbie?
the news reports, look at all of those big networks. Look at them. They're all here. But every one of them has said could be the most organized, best run, and most enthusiastic convention of either party that I've ever seen. And it's true. It's true.
In 2 miles, turn left on Vales Road.
So I better finish strong. Otherwise, we'll blow it. And we can't let that happen. This was great. All of the great people that spoke, and everybody, home run. I mean, there's not one that I can think of where I said, cheat. I wasn't with every single person. I refuse to be the only one. Don't do that to me.
What's going on? Where's Popo's going? Go to a service call.
We're actually going to go home and miss. Usually when they can, first of all, look at these scratches. You never have this at a convention. Look at these scratches. Love, it's about love. This week, the entire Republican Party has set an agenda for America's renewal, and you saw that agenda. That is very short compared.
Starting a series, right? Right now? I think I saw like a little ad or something that they're doing a new series.
Short months from now, we're talking about just months. It can't come fast enough. We have to get it done. First, we must get economic relief to our citizens. Starting on day one, we will drive down prices and make America affordable.
In a half-mile, turn left on Bales Road.
You can't live like this. Under this administration, our current administration, groceries are up 57%, gasoline is up 60 and 70%, mortgage rates have
There he is, dropping off a delivery. $14 for 4 miles. I can't believe it. Salam alaikum. I can't believe it on Uber.
This administration, Republicans have a plan to bring down prices.
Turn left on Bales Road.
Rapidly by slashing energy costs. We will in turn reduce the cost of transportation, manufacturing, and all household goods.
Trump,
So much
I need you to bring that gas prices down again.
than any other country by far. We are
Bring them down, bring them down.
has the opportunity to make an absolute fortune. We have it, and China does.
Trump, we need 99 cents gallon of gas.
Turn right on Southwest 120th Avenue.
Holy smokes, man. Is this gonna be my last delivery ever? They said call please because the address is a new construction, doesn't show up on the map. Bro, we're in the woods. We're in the woods out here. What the?
Turn right on Southwest 120th Avenue.
What the heck? I got my high beams on because start recording emergency video. Yeah, just in case this is my final delivery ever. At
Just
least
ahead,
have
turn
them
on
into.
Southwest 232nd Street.
Like 4 times what you're paying now, and people are supposed to vote for them.
All right, let's
I've
see.
never heard it. You're paying too much. We're gonna
Now there's a little bit more lights around here now.
Still further, we give you
Turn left on Southwest 2nd Street.
and it's going to lead to tremendous growth. We want growth in our country. That's what's going to pay
Oh, there's a few new houses around here. Okay, let me see.
Next, we will end the ridiculous and actually incredible waste of taxpayer dollars that is fueling.
Just ahead, turn right on Southwest 119th Avenue.
Things have to do with the Green New Scale. It's a scam. And that's caused tremendous inflationary pressures in addition to the cost of energy. And all of
Turn right on Southwest 119th Avenue. Then drop off on the right.
we direct that money
All right.
for important projects like roads, bridges, dams, and we will not allow it to be spent on meaningless green new scam.
Drop off on the right.
And I will end the electric vehicle mandate.
Soleil J says, leave a door.
Yeah, we got here with no problem. Alhamdulillah.
Thereby saving the U.S. auto industry from complete.
Hold on, I'll be back. Hello, Uber Eats. Uber Eats. Uh, I don't know why people get so weird. So the guy was opening the door, right? And yeah, $4 for 10 miles. You're crazy.
Obliterated, which is happening right
And
now.
I said, hello, Uber Eats. And then he stopped opening the door. And then he
Dollars per car.
slides the window and waves at me
Large factories
through the curtain. Bro,
are being built across the border in Mexico.
it's not a black bear out here to deliver your food, man. If you're opening the door and I'm arriving there, why what,
No tax, no anything.
are you on the under the COVID traumatization or what? What's wrong with you? Stop being weird, just be a person. If you happen to be opening the door, somebody's delivering something for you, food or package, just open the damn door, let them hand it to you, and that's it. What's the problem? Why you acting like you never seen a human before? Anyway, they tip good. It was like 14 for. It's like $14 for 4 miles. But I have some shorts on my YouTube page of places I go. Oh yeah, I'm gonna check those out. So, yeah, but I'll probably get outside and do some outdoors.
We have all been taken advantage of by other countries.
Mostly hiking.
And think of it, oftentimes these other countries are considered so-called allies. They've taken advantage of us for years.
Oh, this is California.
They gave everything and wiped out our businesses, wiped out our people. I stopped it for 4 years. I stopped it, and we're really ready to make changes nobody had seen before. Remember, the USMCA, I got rid of NAFTA, the worst trade deal ever made, and replaced it with USMCA, which is, they say, the best trade deal ever made. Actually, probably the best trade deal was the deal I made with China, where they buy $50 billion worth of our product. They will buy nothing. They buy $50 billion.
So I think I've made $110 in 5 rides today. 5 trips overall. I wish I had that day every day. 110 and 5. Shoot. Give me that all day long.
We will not let countries come in, take our jobs, and plunder our nation. They come and do that. They plunder our nation. The way they will sell their product in America is to build it in America. Build it in America and only in America. And this very simple formula, Congress has to go along with us, and they will. This very simple formula will create massive numbers of jobs. We will take over the auto industry again, and many, hundreds of thousands of jobs. We lost so many jobs over the years. If you go back 20, 25 years, they've stolen going to China and Mexico about 68% of our auto industry manufacturing jobs. We're going to get them all back. We're going to get them all back, every one of them.
Hopefully get my dishwasher installed. It's been sitting in the box in my kitchen. Hopefully it doesn't have any dents. What happened over there? Why did Popo stop there? What the? What's going on over there? We got some action or what?
All those hotels that I saw that are so nice.
2 Popos got out of the car.
No tax on tips. No tax on tips.
Oh, they did pull somebody over.
I got that by having dinner recently.
Strange. Maybe they gave him a quick warning.
14 points.
So they just pulled him over briefly.
I'll see you there very soon, everybody.
I don't know.
Having dinner at a beautiful restaurant.
What the heck? Those police were in a Jeep.
And it's rebuilding. So how's everything going? Really
They're in a
nice.
Jeep.
How's everything going, sir? So,
Undercover in a
all
Jeep.
the time with tips. I said, well, they can get cash with it.
Maybe they're looking for somebody because we saw them when I was on my way to the delivery coming over here. I saw them a little while ago pull somebody over in the same area. They're right around here, so something's going on.
Agents to go after me. And I said, this shows the level of, most people who out there are consultants that pay millions of dollars. But I said to her, let me just ask you a question. Would you be happy if you had no tax or tips? She said, what a great idea. I got my information from a very smart waitress. That's better than spending millions of dollars. And everybody loves it. Waitresses and caddies and drivers. Everybody's large.
Trump, take off tax for Uber, Lyft, and rideshare. No tax.
I'm going to protect Social Security and Medicare. Democrats are going to destroy Social Security and Medicare because all of these people, by the millions they're coming in, they're going to be on Social Security and Medicare and to afford it. They are destroying your Social Security and your Medicare. Under my plan, incomes will skyrocket, inflation will vanish completely, jobs come roaring back, and the middle class will prosper like never, ever before, and we're going to do it very rapidly. But no hope or dream we have for America can succeed unless we stop the illegal immigrant invasion, the worst that's ever been seen.
I agree with that.
In the world. There's never been an invasion like this anywhere in third world
After
countries
the cabinet.
with sticks and stones not to let this happen.
I'll have to
The invasion at our southern border, we will stop.
No tax, no tips. No tax on tips would be nice, yeah.
Border Patrol is incredible. These guys, really their job is a lot easier if they don't have to do anything but they want to. Their Patriots, Brandon, Jack, Border Patrol, ICE. ICE goes out. You have to see what ICE does with MS-13. You have these are probably the worst gang, and ICE goes in there. And I know a lot of people on these roads here, and they're very tough people. But they don't want to do this job. They'll go into a pack of MS-13 killers, probably the worst gangs in the world. We have thousands of them. I moved thousands and thousands out in my 4 years. We moved them out, and it was a pleasure. But we go rack of these killers, and you see fists flying, you see everything flying, and then they take them.
I think I'm going to call it as far as our rideshare.
They take them back, and they get them out of our country. And the other countries weren't accepting them back, and I called them up, and I said, tell them that we're not giving them economic aid anymore. And the next day,
Actually made, let me see, the comfort they did tip me, that ended up being,
the next day I was called by everybody.
what was that? That ended up being $12. And this is supposed to be 14, so that ended up being $26 and 2 trips. One delivery and one. Now, obviously, the delivery tip still has to clear, but if I don't get tip baited there, that would be $26. And 2 rides. It's been a good day today, and I haven't even done that many rides.
As soon as I said no more economic aid of any kind to any country that does that, they called back and they said, sir, that would be a great honor to take MS-13. We love them very much. We love them very much, sir. We'll take them.
I'm the opposite. I never use mine.
The Republican platform is our pledge to end this border nightmare and fully restore the sacred and sovereign borders of the United States of America. And we're going to do that on
Good.
That means two things that they want,
Alhamdulillah.
right?
Yeah, it's
Build
been a
the
good day.
image and close our borders.
You save a lot of water by using the dishwasher.
And by the way, and I think everybody as a Republican, as a patriot in this room, most Democrats, we want people to come into our country, but they have to come into our country legally. Less than 4 years ago, I handed this administration the strongest border in American history. But you can see on the chart that saved my life. That was the chart that saved my life. I said, look at it, I'm so proud of it. I think it's one of the greatest. It was done by the Border Patrol. One of the greatest charts I've ever seen. It showed everything just like that. You know the chart. Oh, there it is. It's pretty good. Wow. Last time I put up that chart, I never really got to look at it. Without that chart, I would not be here.
Yeah. That's when he tilted his head to the side to look at it. Allah save Trump.
I said, you gotta see
He really
this
did.
chart. I was so proud of it by the time I got to there. I never got to see it that day. But I'm seeing it now and I was very proud. If you look at the arrow on the bottom, that's the lowest level, the one on the bottom, heavy red arrow. That's the lowest level of illegal immigrants ever to come into our country recorded right there.
And now,
And that was in office.
look how the chart spiked up.
After I left.
Yeah.
And if you go out a little bit further, it's getting to be a little bit old, but I love it anyway, right?
Good night, Debbie. Have a good night.
With those numbers. Look what happened right
Hope to
after
see you tomorrow, inshallah.
the invasion began. We had the opposite. We stopped the invasion.
Yeah, he
The
did. He
invasion
really
we
did,
stopped
man.
was
If
peanuts
you look at the
in
video,
comparison to what happened after I left. Look at what happened after they took over our country.
if you look at
We
video,
all catch and release.
you know,
We shut down asylum fraud.
the shooter had him on the scope, had him like that, dead on right here on the side of his head, like right here. If he would have shot in that moment, he would have hit him in the center of the side of the head, like right in the middle. But the fact that he tilted his head like this at the right moment, we're talking about a bullet coming towards you. No, when Allah says you're not going nowhere, you're not going nowhere. That's what people don't understand. When Allah says you know, it's not time for me to bring you back here. I didn't decide to bring you back here. It's not your time, not your time. Wow. And on the other hand, right? A man died in the background, right? That was his time to go. We don't know. Crazy. We don't know when we're gonna go or how. No clue. Firefighter was the one that died that got shot. We have no clue when or how. Only Allah knows.
This is the previous administration. 93 executive actions to throw open our border to the world country because of this very foolish administration. The greatest invasion in history is taking place right here in our country. They are coming in from every corner of the earth, not just from South America, but from Africa, Asia, Middle East. They're coming from everywhere. They're coming at levels that we've never seen before.
I still can't vote for him. I know he's gonna win, and in a way, I'm kind of glad he's gonna win. He's better than Joe Biden for the country, but I still can't vote for him because he's no better for Muslims than Joe Biden. You know, he's no better. So as far as for my brothers and sisters, he's no better than Joe. So I can't give my vote to somebody like that. But for the country, I'm conscious enough to know that yes, he will be the better person for the country. But still, I'm staying out of it. I can't vote. I can't vote in this. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, and I'm not giving him my vote. Do I hope he wins? Yes. Am I gonna vote for him? No. Sorry, I can't take part of that. We can't take part of that.
A certain country, and I happen to like the
Do
president.
some walking nonsense I got slow for me. That's the best thing you can do when it gets slow. And
Shepherd of the country.
that's the best thing. I need to do more of that too.
He said he's training all of these people. They're rough. He's training them. I've been reading about this for 2 years. I think, oh, that's wonderful. Let's take a look at it. But then I realized he's not training them. He's sending all of his criminals, his drug dealers, his people that are in jails. He's sending them all to the United States. And he's different in that he doesn't see that. He's trying to convince everybody what a wonderful job he does in running the country. Well, he doesn't do a wonderful job. And by the way, if I ran one of the countries, many countries all over, I would be
Yeah, elections. This election is finished.
emptied out already. But we become a dumping ground for the rest of the world, which is laughing at us. They think we're stupid, and they can't believe that they're getting away with what they're getting away with, but they're not going to be getting away with it for long. That's what I can tell you. In Venezuela, Caracas, high crime.
That's true.
Caracas, Venezuela.
They're coming into the border like nothing.
Really a dangerous place.
Yeah. Yeah, they're dumping the.
Venezuela crime is down 72%. If they would ever win this election, I hate to even say that, we will have our next Republican convention in Venezuela because it will be safe. Our cities will be so unsafe we won't be able. We will not be able to have it there. In El Salvador, murders are down by 70%. Why are they down? Now, he would have you convinced that because he's trained murderers to be wonderful people. No. They're down because they're sending their murderers
here
to the United States of America.
True.
This is going to be very bad.
Yep.
And bad things are going to happen, and you're seeing it happen all the time. That's why, to keep our families safe, the Republican platform promises to launch the largest deportation operation in the history of our country. Even larger than that of President Dwight D. Eisenhower from many years ago. You know, he was a moderate, but he believed very strongly in borders. He had the largest deportation operation we've ever had.
You have to
Just
have borders.
recently, I spoke to the
Every
grieving
country has
mother
borders.
of Jocelyn Nungary, a wonderful, a precious 12-year-old girl from Houston who last month was tied up, assaulted, and strangled to death after walking to
Yeah, I think today's the last day.
just a block away from her house. Her body was dumped near the side of the road in a shallow creek, found by some onlookers who couldn't believe what they had witnessed. Charged with Jocelyn's heinous murder are 2 illegal aliens from Venezuela.
Start recording video.
What the?
Road in a shallow creek, found by some onlookers who couldn't believe what they had witnessed. Charged with Jocelyn's heinous murder are 2 illegal aliens from Venezuela who came across our border, were in custody, and were then released into the country by this horrible, horrible administration that we have right now. I also met recently with the heartbroken mother and sister of Rachel Morin. Rachel was a 37-year-old mom of 5 beautiful children who was brutally raped and murdered while out on a run. She wanted to keep herself in good shape. It was very important to her. She was murdered. The monster responsible first killed another woman in El Salvador before he was led into America by the White House. This White House let them in. He then attacked a 9-year-old girl and her mother in a home invasion in Los Angeles before murdering Rachel in Maryland. Traveled all throughout the country, doing tremendous damage. Rachel's mother will never be the same. I spent time with her. She will never be the same. I've also met with the wonderful family of Lake and Riley. the brilliant 22-year-old nursing student. She was so proud of being first in her class, who was out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia when she was assaulted, beaten, and horrifically killed. Yet another American life was stolen by a criminal alien set free by this administration. And these were incredible people we're talking about. These were incredible people who died. Tonight, America, this is my vow. I will not let these killers and criminals into our country. I will keep our sons and daughters safe. As we bring security to our streets, we will help bring stability to the world. I was the first president in modern times to start no new wars. You know, we were the toughest, we were the most respectful. And you saw this. Hungry, strong country, run by very powerful, tough leaders, tough guy. Press doesn't like him because he's tough. And he came out recently, they were asking him at an interview, the whole world is exploding. What's happening? What's going on? Viktor Orban, Prime Minister of Hungary, very tough man. He said, I don't want people coming into my country and blowing up our shopping centers and killing people. But they said to him, tell us what's going wrong, what's happening, what is it? He said, there's only one way you can solve it. You got to bring President Trump back to the United States because he kept everybody at bay. He used a word I wouldn't use because I can't use that word, because you'd say it was braggadocious. The press would say, who's a braggart? I'm not a braggart. But Viktor Orban said it. He said Russia was afraid of him. China was afraid of him. Everybody was afraid of him. Nothing was going to happen. The whole world was at peace. And now the world is blowing up around us. All of these things that you read about were not going to happen.
That's true.
Under President Bush, Russia invaded Georgia. Under President Obama, Russia took Crimea. Under the current administration, Russia is after all of Ukraine. Under President Trump, Russia took nothing. We defeated 100% of ISIS in Syria and Iraq. Something that was said to take 5 years, sir. It'll take 5 years, sir. We did it in a matter of a couple of months. We have a great military. Our military is not woke. It's just some of the fools on top that are woke.
No speech ever.
I got along very well.
What do you think about
North Korea, Kim Jong-un, I got along very well with him. The press hated when I said that. How could
He's
you
saying
get
a lot of
along
things
with
that are
him?
true.
You know, it's nice to get along with
And I
somebody
think
who has
the
a
election
lot
is
of
over. He's going to
nuclear
win.
weapons or otherwise, isn't it? See, in the old days, you'd say, that's a wonderful thing. Now they say, how could you possibly do that? But no, I got along with them, and we stopped the missile launches from North Korea. Now, North Korea's acting up again, but when we get back, I get along with them. He'd like to see me back, too. I think he misses me, if you want to know the truth. Our
He said
opponents
Kim
inherited a
Jong-un
world of
misses
peace
him.
and turned it into a planet of war. We're in a planet of war. Look at that attack on Israel. Look at what's happening with Ukraine. The cities are just bombed out. How can people live
Nobody
like that?
respects the United States right now. No one respects the United States.
It began to unravel with the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan, the worst humiliation in the history of our country. We have never had a humiliation like that. 13 heroic U.S. service members were tragically and needlessly killed. 45 others were horrifically wounded. Nobody ever talks about them. No arms, no legs, face explosions, horrifically wounded. And by the way, we have a man in this room who's running for the U.S. Senate from a great state, Nevada, named Sam Brown, who paid the ultimate price. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam.
As long as hate is taught, always will there be war. Hate teaching must stop. I agree.
He paid the biggest price
I agree,
probably
Juan.
ever paid by anybody that is running for office, and I think he's going to do great. He's running against a person that is not good, not respected, a total lightweight. But Sam, I think, paid, really, we were talking about it with some of the senators that are working so hard for Sam, but he paid the biggest price of any senator ever to run for the Senate. I don't think anybody's ever what he did. He was a real hero, a really great person, and he's running, and I hope that everybody gets out and votes for Sam Brown. And we also left behind $85 billion worth of military equipment, along with many American citizens were left behind.
Yeah.
Many American citizens, emboldened by that
The amount of
disaster,
equipment that
Russia
Joe Biden
invaded
left
Ukraine. They
in
saw this
Afghanistan
group
is
of people that were incompetent.
insane.
We took the soldiers out first. No, we're going to take the soldiers out second. If they would have followed my plan, we had a great plan. But the plan only kicked in if
Jesus,
they did
peace be
everything
upon him,
perfectly.
taught
And
love,
they weren't doing things
even to
perfectly, so
love.
we said it doesn't kick in. You know, 18
Gentile,
months
no
in
hate, no death.
Afghanistan. We didn't
Jesus
have
was
one,
life,
so they were killing
taught
them
life,
left and
and
right.
protect life
Snipers.
at all costs.
And I spoke to the head of
Peace
the
be upon
Taliban.
Jesus.
You've heard this story. Abdul, still there, still the head of the Taliban. The press got on me. Why would you speak to him? I said, because that's where the killing is. I don't have to speak to somebody that has nothing to do with it. And I told him, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that again. Don't ever do that again. You've got to stop. Because during the Obama administration, many great people and soldiers, a lot of soldiers were being killed from long distance. I said, if you keep doing that, you're going to be hit harder than anybody's ever been hit by a country before. And he said, I understand, Your Excellency. He called me Your Excellency. I wonder if he calls the other guy Your Excellency. I doubt it. The other guy gave him everything. I mean, what kind of a deal was that? He walked out, gave him everything. Do you know that right now Afghanistan is one of the largest sellers of weapons in the world? They're selling the brand new, beautiful weapons that we gave them. But think of it. He actually said to me, but why do you show me a picture of my home? I said, you'll have to ask your people or one of your wives. But he could figure it out. And for 18 months, we had not one attack on an American soldier by the Taliban. 18 months. And then we had that horrible day where soldiers were killed. I was not there because of a ridiculous election. But we had that horrible attack. And they also gave up Bagram, one of the biggest bases anywhere in the world, air bases anywhere in the world, the longest runways, most powerful, hardened, thickened runways. We gave it up. And I liked it not because of Afghanistan. I liked it because of China. It's 1 hour away from where China makes their nuclear weapons. And you know who has it now? China has it now. We were keeping that. And now China is likewise circling Taiwan, and Russian warships and nuclear submarines are operating 60 miles off the coast in Cuba. Do you know that? No, the press refuses to write about it. If that were me running this country and we had nuclear submarines in Cuba, I will tell you that the headlines every day would be, what's wrong with our president? You don't even hear this. You're not hearing about this. Russia has nuclear submarines and warships 60 miles away, Mr. Congressman, from Miami, by the way, happens to be here. Correct? In Cuba. And that would not be stood for somebody
90
else.
miles,
They don't even, they don't want to mention it, but
90
now
miles
maybe
away
they will.
from, at least from the Keys.
And the entire world,
Hi, it's me
I
again.
tell
What's
you
up, Ultra?
this, we want our hostages back, and they better be back before I assume office. Well, you will be paying a very big price.
No bueno.
With our victory in November, the years of war, weakness, and chaos will be over. I don't have wars. I had no wars other than ISIS, which I defeated, but that was a war that was started. We had no wars. I could stop wars with a telephone call. I could stop wars with just a telephone call. If properly stated, it would never start. We will replenish our military and build an Iron Dome missile defense system to ensure that no enemy can strike our homeland. And this great Iron Dome will be built entirely in the USA. We're going to build it in the USA. And Wisconsin, just like I gave you that massive ship contract, and you're doing a very nice job, Governor, right? Thank you, Governor. And they're doing a great job. In fact, I had a little design change, and we gave them a tremendous for essentially what we used to call destroyers. These are now the most beautiful. They look like yachts. I said, we have to take the bow and we have to make it a little nicer and a little point at the top instead of a flat nose. And the people at the shipyard said, this guy sort of knows what he's doing. We have the most beautiful ships, right, Governor? Everybody sitting over there.
What is Grandpa
And it was a
rambling
big
about?
contract that everybody wanted. I gave it to Wisconsin, but we're going to have a lot of that built right
He's
here.
speaking some facts.
The state of Wisconsin and all other states. Israel has an Iron Dome. They have a missile defense system. 342 missiles were shot into Israel, and only one got through a little bit. It was badly wounded. It fell to the ground, but most of them are. And Ronald Reagan wanted this many years ago, but we really didn't have the technology many years ago. Remember, they called it Starship, spaceship, anything to mock him. But he was a very good president, very, very good. But now we have unbelievable technology. And why should other countries have this and we don't? No, we're going to build
The
an
biggest
Iron
ships
Dome
and
over our
greatest
country, and
ships.
we're going to be sure that nothing can come and harm our people. And again, from an economic development standpoint, we're going to make it all right here. No more sending it out to other countries in order to help. It's America first. America first. We will unleash the power of American innovation. And as we do, we will soon be on the verge of finding the cures to cancer, Alzheimer's disease, and many other diseases. We're going to get to the bottom of it. You remember this gentleman?
gave them that
I don't want
dome,
to mention
English, I
other than one
understand.
time I had to, because when you say the 10
Yeah,
worst,
we
I
gave
had to
we
do
gave
it.
this
I didn't
losers
want
and this for
anybody to be
everything.
confused. But this man said, we're going to
We
find
give
the
them
cure to
everything.
cancer.
This
Nothing
people give
happened.
nothing to the United
We're going to
States.
get to the
I
cure
don't know
for
what type of
cancer and
friendship is
Alzheimer's and so
one-sided,
many
where
other
you give
things. We're so
everything and the
close
other
to
party
doing
gives
something
nothing.
great. But we need a leader
Ridiculous.
that will let it be done. We will not have men playing in women's sports. That will end immediately.
Good. Men playing in women's sports, end that. Enough for that.
And we will restore and renovate our nation's once great cities, making them safe, clean, and beautiful again. And that includes our nation's capital, which is a horrible killing field. So many things. They leave from Wisconsin, they go to look at the Washington Monument, they end up getting stabbed, killed, or shot. We will be very soon very proud of our capital, again, Washington, D.C. America is on the cusp of a new golden age, but we will have the courage to seize it. We're going to take it. We're going to make it a current. We're going to bring this into a golden age like never seen before. Remember this, China wants to do it. Japan wants to do it. All of these countries want to do it. We have to produce massive amounts of energy if we're going to produce the new, if you look at some of the things that have been done and some of the things that we're going to do, but
not perform this action.
AI needs tremendous, literally twice the electricity that's available.
What happened?
Now in our country, can you imagine? But instead, we're spending places where they recharge electric cars. They built 8 chargers at a certain location toward the Midwest. 8 charges for $9 billion. Think of them as a tank for filling up your gas. Think of it. They spent $9 billion on 8 charges, 3 of which didn't work. And if you were going to do this all over our country, this crazy electric mandate, if you're going to do this all, and by the way, I'm all for electric. They have their application. But if somebody wants to buy a gas-powered car, gasoline-powered car, or a hybrid, they're going to be able to do it.
Good.
And we're going to make that change on
That's how it should be.
day 1.
Good. Good. I'm on board with that. That's how it should be. People want to buy gas cars. They should be able
So
to.
conclude,
What is this 100% electric bullshit the left has agenda?
with you,
No, I don't want an
nearly
electric
ended.
car.
We know that.
The heck?
And yet, here we are tonight, all gathered together, talking about the future, promise, and a total renewal of a thing we love very much. It's called America. We live in a world of miracles. None of us knows God's plan or where life's adventure
Now they
will
want
take
to
us.
change the electric
I
per
want to
mile.
thank Franklin Graham for being here tonight. He's an outstanding man.
Drill, baby, drill. I agree.
He wrote me a note recently. I have a lot of respect for him. Sir, I love your storytelling. I think it's great in front of these big rallies. But sir, please do me one favor. It won't make any difference. Please don't use any foul language. I was a little embarrassed. He said, it won't make any difference. Actually, it does. The story's not quite as good, but I've been very good. The story is not quite as good, to be honest. I've got to have a little talk with Franklin, but he was great. He's a great gentleman. His father was so incredible, Billy Graham. My father used to love taking me to see Billy Graham. My father would take me to see Billy Graham at Yankee Stadium. He had the biggest rallies you've ever seen. He was a good rally guy, too. But he'd get up, and he was a fantastic guy. My father loved Billy Graham. But I love Franklin.
Solar-powered cars are possible. Look around. That would be great.
I'm so hard
That would
to
be great.
adhere to his note to me. I'm working hard on it, Franklin. But if the events of last Saturday make anything clear, it is that every single
But if they
moment
can't charge
we
you
have
for
on
it,
earth is a gift from God.
they don't want to make it.
We have to make the most of every day for the people and for the country that we love. The attacker
Yeah,
in
one time.
Pennsylvania wanted to stop our movement, but the truth is the movement has never been about me. It has always been about you. It's your movement. It's the biggest movement in the history of our country. Can't be stopped. It can't be stopped. It has always been about the hardworking, patriotic citizens of America. For too long, our nation has settled for too little. We settled for too little. We've given everything to other nations, to other people. You've been told to lower your expectations and to accept less for your families. I am here tonight with the opposite message. Nations are not big enough. They're not big enough. It is time to start expecting and demanding the best leadership in the world, leadership that is bold, dynamic, relentless, and fearless. We can do that. We are Americans. Ambition is our heritage. Greatness is our birthright. But as long as our energies are spent fighting each other,
I don't believe
our
in any of
destiny will remain out
that. Those
of
are
reach.
kangaroo courts.
And that's not acceptable.
If
We
we're going
must
to be honest,
instead
they've been
take
trying
that
to
energy and use it
charge
to
this
realize
guy
our
with
country's
something and
true
nothing sticks
potential and
since he
write
even
our
ran for
own
president the
thrilling
first time.
chapter of the American story. We
Lie
can do
after
it
lie
together.
after
We
lie
will
after
unite.
lie.
We are going to come together, and success will bring us together.
To me, that's all the kangaroo
It
court.
is a story of love, sacrifice, and so many other things. And remember the word devotion. It's unmatched devotion. Our American ancestors crossed the Delaware, survived the icy winter at Valley Forge, and defeated a mighty empire to establish our cherished republic. They fought so hard, they lost so many. They pushed thousands and thousands of miles across a dangerous frontier, taming the wilderness to build a life and a magnificent home.
Well, I'm going to call it here for the live stream.
They packed their
I don't know how
families
long
into
this is going
covered
to keep going,
wagons,
so
trekked across hazardous
gotta give my dog a
trails,
little walk.
scaled towering mountains, and braved
I'll be
rivers
back
and
tomorrow,
rapids
inshallah.
to stake their claim
I wish
on the
everyone a good
wide
night
open, new
and hope to
and
see
very
you all
beautiful
tomorrow.
frontier.
Assalamu